Hi, Denmore. Right, so we've got the Batman 66 running. It's just doing a program slot from the T&D area just up past the fuel depot and then back again. So I'm using Railmaster to just tweak it. So you basically set up a program, and then you can just use it from the drop down list, and it allows you to move your trains sort of thing in a certain sequence. So I'm just tweaking with that at the moment. In the background, I've got the First Great Western Class 43. That's just doing its rounds at the moment. And on the outer track, I've got the Scotsman just going through its paces. So that's the three I've got running this afternoon at the moment. So I can put this somewhere. No, I didn't get to go yesterday. I was out doing some shopping um, over at Gloucester and stuff, so I missed that one, unfortunately. Is the microphone working all right on this? Can anyone hear us? Hi Lee, how's it going? You alright? Good. The microphone level okay on this, or does it need raising at all? Okay. Just move this for a minute. Okay, so this is rail track that I'm using at the moment, and if you were to use this icon here, basically allows you to create an auto program for your trains, so you can actually set it up, get them to do a journey or a loop or whatever, and by pressing on this one here, it basically records all the button actions that you put on Railmaster, and then basically you can save that, and then in part of the drop down list on here, let's get that for it. The drop down list on here, you can actually then use whichever one you saved, and it will run the loco automatically for you. So I'm just testing that out at the moment. Been using the 66 over in the TMD yard just to sort of see how it runs, how far you can take it, sort of thing, stop it, return it, and just tweak it so it actually returns and stops in the same place. So I've been doing a bit of that. And also, I put one of these on this morning. So I don't know if you lot can see that. But this is a product from DCC Concepts, and it's a power bus spike protector or suppressor. It's quite a sunshine. Let's try that. There you go. Quite a nifty little item. The idea is that when you get shorts in your circuitry, that you don't get any spikes in the signal. And I think that's what's been happening with mine the last few years, where some of my decoders have gone a bit frazzled. So I've installed one of these. actually makes any sense. But yeah, it's only literally just 2 little wires that go into there, and hopefully it's supposed to take out all the spikes that can happen. So I'm gonna give it a go, see what happens the next sort of few months, sort of thing, and then hopefully it'll stop any issues that I've been having with decoders in the last few years. Anyone's got one of these, let me know. How's everyone been up to then? Anything good? Hi there, Mike. How are you? see if we can get this one to work. That's all good, Mike. No, I'm doing all right actually. Just doing a bit of programming, running the stuff in. Messing around with Railmaster at the moment, just to see if I can do like an auto run facility on some of these trains. There's a program that you can use within Railmaster that records all the actions that you do. So I'm just going to set one up now for this 800 and see what I can get from it. Yep, I'll probably tune in at 5 as well, Lee. See what you've been up to. Yeah, I've been thinking about Helix for a while, but I just don't know at the moment if I've got the room to do it. Obviously, I've got four main lines on here at the moment, and I've got a couple of sidings and stuff. But I do want to try and get either one or two of the outer tracks to go slightly lower or underneath this board. So it will be something I'll look into at some point, but I've just got to figure out where on the layout I can do it. I think probably looking at this, so I can probably either use, maybe underneath that board I can bring a couple of turnouts, bring it along the back end and maybe scoop through that gap. I've got a little bit of space just behind where the eaves are. I could probably lower a line down and bring it underneath. Can't do much with that end because it's pretty much chocker. And if you can see, can't really do much over there either. And obviously this side is pretty much got all the scenery in now. Got the canal area, the scrapyard area going in. Just been doing a bit of work on that today. Just finishing up that bit more of a wall there. So I don't really have an awful lot of space to try and put in a couple of lines for a helix or even to a lower level. So I think my best bet is probably going to be this area here. I could probably put in, like I said, something there, bring it across. So I'm not sure at the moment. I'll have to wait and see. I don't know, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've got these boards here. The intention of these boards was to put in a second upper level, one on each side, and then obviously have two of the lines going around the back end, coming through. There's certainly space for it, and obviously it follows all the way around. So that's a possibility. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to wait and see. But I've already made a start on these two boards, so they're at the right height and everything. So I could possibly get away with doing an upper line. Again, it's then trying to get the tracks to merge, do an incline for both ends, which will probably be along this back row, and then get it to join up. Afternoon, Anthony. How are you? From the full drawers. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. So I don't know, cable everywhere. So much easier if this is wireless. You're probably thinking that area then, yeah? But take two inclines from the back end of there, bring it up onto the board that way. And then if we need to, I can go a little bit higher. I could probably utilize that bit there actually. You can see where that tunnel is. I purposely left that flat because the idea was to try and bring a line across there. But if I do that, it means it would have to come over the T&B area. So I don't know. And where that pipe's going to get removed. It's just an air duct pipe. But I was hoping to use that space then as the higher line. So it's a possibility. I could certainly cross it over from there. It just means you'd have to go to the T&D area, which I don't know if it would look good or not. So those who joined in a couple of weeks ago, obviously you saw me making some bits out on this. So this is pretty much all done now roof-wise. Finished the back end. So I'm just going to get some of this plastruck brick lay just to finish off this area. And I just put in a couple of doors. Another one down there, middle. Yeah, so that you can see it on here. I've got the roof. I got that one going in, and there'll be another one going in here at some point. So this, hopefully, once I get the paint and everything, start doing all the wall, the brick wall, and finish off this bit. All I've got to do then from the inside is put the lights in. It'll probably go on this side. So it should look pretty good once this one's done. But yeah, but that's all the roof done at the moment anyway, so that's the main thing. And I think overall it's about, what do you say it was? I think it's about 5 foot in length. So it should turn out all right, hopefully, in the end. Let's move this over to here. I think we've done enough of the station bit. So the scrapyard then, obviously the same sort of stuff as before. Got we could try and continue with this bit. I've just put in this morning, so I'm just waiting for that to go off using a bit of Mod Podge. And then once that's set, I can then weather these bricks down and start out in the greenery, and then the corrugated fencing that I did last year. So it is starting to come together now. I'm putting a bit more effort into it now. It's rejuvenated the hobby so much. These are just MDF laser cut kits in our office. Pretty good. They just need to be weathered up a bit now. And there's a couple of lights I've got that are going to go inside. So yeah, it's getting there. And then what we'll do is we'll probably just tie that with this to go. Tie up the rail in here to link up further down there, hopefully. So it's all starting to come together. That's the main thing. Let's put you up to where you should be. Try and remember how this is done. Yeah. So in this area, then it's pretty much done now. There's going to be a few more. I've got to paint these in because I had to sand those down a little bit because some of them were actually catching on some of the locos. So just sanded those down a little bit, and they just need painting back in now. And I'll get some little yellow strips or something that I can put on there. That's pretty much done. Looks a bit dark at the moment, but I might put some more lighter grass on it later on. And then obviously, once I've done most of the trunking here, got a little bit more trunking to come across. Just need to retweak this a little bit because it looks a bit shabby. But overall, quite happy with what I've done here now because this points back in. It's working. I've just got some of the point motors to put in now. And the idea is just off screen here is where I'm going to put the switches. So there'll be a little board that I'm going to make. So all the switches for all these turnouts and these two, which are currently operated on the other side of the layout, I'm going to move those switches to this side so I can control all this aspect. Okay, so take that a little bit. There we go. And also got a few more bits and bobs on this roof that I need to do. Got some of the network rail stuff, guys, to be put in at some point. So we'll be sticking those in somewhere. Actually, I might put on there. Can't put them too close to the railings, so that, the track, otherwise they get knocked over. I'll figure some out. It should be fine there. Let's see about moving them somewhere else. So how was everyone this afternoon anyway? They all good? Yeah. Right, so that's amazing then. Let's get this guy glued in. Oh, shit. Excuse me. There we go. Right, that's those two blokes in there. Right, let's try to prove it now. So we've got 66 to take in. Let's try and, this is the program I put up so far. So you'll see the really TV building is just behind us at 66. So I'm just going to activate that now and see how that works. Get the sound off the Scotsman. Try this again. Right, so this is the first program. Basically, what this is going to do is just come out of the sidings, this TMD, go for those points, just up to the corner, which is just behind the camera, stop, and then reverse back. And that's just a simple program that will be playing around with Railmaster at the moment. So, hands free. Hopefully, it'll move on its own. Let's see what these guys are. There's a bit of glue. Like that in. So let's just go up to the corner now. And that hopefully now should change and then come back. Let's do it. So that seems to work well. All you need to know now is make sure it actually goes to the end and stops before it hits the buffer. And it has. Literally just stopped here. Good, because about an extra inch and that would be at the buffer. So that's actually programmed quite well. And you can run multiple things as well. So I can run this. I can run the 08 if I needed to. Obviously, the timers have to be pretty spot on because I have to change over the point motors and everything. But there's a guy on YouTube, I've forgotten his name straight away, but he deals with Railmaster all the time, and he's like a proper guru on Railmaster. If I can, I'll find out what his channel is and I'll stick it in the description later on. But there's nothing that he doesn't know. He actually knows Railmaster more than actual Hornby does. So that says something. But he's pretty good at doing this. He does a lot of automated points switching over and everything like that. And you just need to buy just an accessory box that links into Railmaster and it controls all your points, etc. So it's pretty good. Thanks, Stu. Yeah, it's not a bad layout actually. We just move this around, just get you a bit of an overview. Obviously, got the canal area down there, and then just past that is the scrapyard. So at the moment we've got 4 main lines. With the proviso that I could probably put a few more up there later on if I decide to go up a level. So we've got the TMD area. So that all comes in. And then we've got our little refuel area here, which I'll expand on eventually. There'll be some more of these lights going in eventually. These are actually quite good. I've got another set coming in now, which should be with me in about a week's time. I'm going to replace the ones over in the station because they're old like bulb lights, and they're starting to burn out, a few of them. But these ones seem to be a lot better. They're all LEDs, but they do a really good job. Obviously, those I put in a few years ago. So yeah, I've still got 4 more stanchions to put in, so they're probably going to get dotted around this sort of main refuel area. Obviously, for those who haven't seen, we've got the main station over there. See the colour of the lights over there. So if I do it a yellow colour, so they're going to get replaced with some new LED ones. Let's put you back in here. So like I was saying earlier on, I've bought one of these, which is a power bus spike suppressor. So I stuck that in earlier on. Whether you actually see the screen on there or not, probably not. But the idea is that basically, if I get any short circuits and trains derailing or going across points, etc., it's supposed to take out any of the spike signals that you get. Because I'm fairly convinced that's what's been buggering up some of my decoders in the past. So I've installed one of these. They're only about 7 or 8 quid. And you get a pack of 2. Obviously, there's no sort of way of knowing if it's actually doing its job or not. I suppose if you bit more of an electrician, electrically minded, you probably work out how to test it and stuff. But I'm not that clever in electrics, unfortunately. But that's what I've put in anyway. Hopefully, it'll protect the whole system, take out any spikes. And if you lot use these at all, let us know. Drop it in the comments below. Or if you think it's a good idea, then yeah, just look for DCC Concepts power bus spike suppressors, and you can get them from pretty much anywhere. They're even on eBay and places like that. Yeah, the beams are a pain. But yeah, this is probably one of the. This is a new build. It's a 10-year-old house, so this loft was pretty much clean and empty. So at least then I came in. I put in some false flooring, just so I've got somewhere to walk around and stuff, and I just built it up from there. Really, Stu. How's yours doing? You get up to scratch with all your builds and that? So the idea then is this is on its program sequence. So at the moment, I've just got it programmed just to go to the corner. The main idea is obviously that's going to be all linked in to the larger maintenance depot. So that will actually go into this side in here eventually, inside, and then come back out again. Nope. The idea is you should get just before that buffering step. So yeah. So I clicked that a couple of times and that's in its best position now. So that program will now be saved. And I can use that whenever I wish. Just adds a little bit more to the actual layout than me just trying to constantly press buttons on the laptop. Yeah, pretty much. I've had, like I said, when I put all this back in, I still got finally switched over. I've got my seat motors going in at the moment, and they're all sort of pretty much ready to go in. So this one will need one, and there's a couple of others I think that's still left to do. There's one there that I've got a rod sticking out of. When I finish this broadcast in a minute, I'll start making up the board and the switches, get the switches in place, and then I can control them all literally sort of here then, basically, just off screen. Control all this sort of area. Yeah, it's getting there. It's one of those things, isn't it, guys? You try and start a job and it just goes on forever, never seems to finish. Okay, guys, I'm going to finish the broadcast now. So just so I can start making a start on these switches, and I need this area where this camera is to start getting access to all the point motors. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. I said any comments, stick them down below. It's always good to receive your ideas and tips and all that. And hopefully I'll get up a couple of shorts during the week, and maybe a proper running session video going up again in about a week's time or so. Okay, right, bye for now. Let's catch up with you later. Cheers, guys. See you all there.